Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm doing a play and review of the latest set for 20 strong, Tanglewoods Rose, and disclaimer that I got a review copy of this one. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our weekly podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So I also recently got a review copy of 20 Strong Cloud Spire, and that is a tower defense game, and so is 20 Strong Rose. So I'll be covering this one this month, and maybe Cloud Spire in a few weeks from now. This one comes with 5 new characters. I'm going to be using sort of the main character, if you will, of this set, Beauty. And the basic idea of Tanglewoods Rose is you have a certain number of days at basic difficulty 15. I'm playing at a harder difficulty where I only start with 13 days because, as you'll see, Beauty is kind of busted and super powerful. And in that time, I have to deploy and defeat the entire deck of enemies. They have to all be placed out and defeated. And when I deploy enemies, they're going to randomly go above these columns of cards, and then they're going to be coming down, sort of like a tower defense game, and once they get past the bottom, they'll actually damage me, just like in any other 20 strong game. If I take all my life, then I lose. But also, if I haven't defeated everybody by the time the days run out, I lose. And another difficulty modifier I had was to turn the bottom-most row of cards to their nighttime side. Cards that are on these nighttime cards will have automatic armor against my attacks, which can be pretty darn annoying when you're trying to finish them off. But I can flip these back through some methods. Some things can flip them over to their night side. Another big change in this version is that strategy is incredibly important, because besides just telling you how many times you can roll your dice and how many items you can hold, it's also your range from the bottom where you'll be moving around. So Beauty has a strategy of 2 to start, so I could attack somebody here or here, but not here at range 3 and not up here at range 4. There are even some boss enemies that go off to the side and count as having range 6. Now, you can boost your range for a round by getting rid of dice either in your supply or dice you've rolled this turn. You can just exhaust them to add to your range temporarily. And you also have to do that, spend dice to move to other columns, because you can only attack enemies that are in your current column. And enemies you destroy are going to give you either a bonus or they're going to give you gold, which you can spend to upgrade your stats, to upgrade items, or just to get rid of an enemy entirely. There are also these 3 modifier reminder cards. If at least one enemy is out on the battlefield that has one of these icons, they're going to activate it. It'll speed the enemies up, make them have greater damage, or make their damage hit your main stats instead of your heart, so all pretty nasty. But a big thing that's helping you out is whenever you choose to deploy an enemy, because you decide how many you want to deploy each round, you can get a free item, flip a location to its daytime side, or recover 2 dice. And you can also deploy nobody for a turn, just basically wasting a day, to recover 7 dice if you're in a pinch. And let's look at our character and why she's way too good. On her Beauty Scholar side, she has Well Read. Anytime you gain a random item, draw 2, choose 1 to keep and discard the other. And she has 3 health, 2 strategy, and 3 recover. And as soon as she has 3 or more items she flips, here's where things get insane. Look at this wackiness. Arts of War. Discard an item. Remember, you can get an item every time you deploy an enemy. To set 2 exhausted dice to crits and apply them to enemies. As soon as you have 2 or fewer items, flip. What the heck? So you'll see if I can get enough strategy to have 3 or more items and start using this ability. In the past, I have dominated everyone completely. But that's why I'm playing at a harder difficulty, so maybe things will go a little differently this time. Oh, and by the way, you do start with 1 of each die color in your exhausted pile at the beginning of the game, but don't forget, when you start deploying enemies, you can immediately recover some of them if you want to. So the round flow, I'm going to deploy any number of enemies, then we're going to have the regular stuff, then during the resolve phase, in the suffer damage step, enemies are going to take turns. It means they're each going to walk 1 downwards towards me and try to eventually hurt me. And then all the rest is the same, except I decrease the day by 1. All right, so let's jump in and deploy our first enemy. How this works is we're going to flip the top card, and the next card's back is going to tell us which column it's going into. So we've got a Sand Witch. They make all other active enemies have the little eclipse symbol there. I'll show you what that means in a second. If the sandwich leaves the active area without being defeated, like if I discard them through other means, I get to heal 1. Ooh, and then when I defeat them, I get +1 to any stat or gain 1 random item and upgrade it. That's amazing. So they're going to be there in the 4th spot up. And what the eclipse symbol means is each daytime location this unit moves or is displaced over, it flips to nighttime. So he doesn't have it himself, but if he stays alive, other units will be walking over and doing nasty stuff. Gosh, I almost feel like I just want to kill that guy now and have him be the only person I deploy this round. And then I can get to 3 strategy, get 3 items, and start Art of Warring my way to dominance. Doesn't seem like a bad idea. I mean, I guess I could deploy one more. I'm just worried that if I get somebody who like immediately advances, which there are many of, that then the sandwich will make that very nasty. But also he's 4 away. My strategy's only 2. So maybe I'll deploy one more. But first I have to take my bonus, and I will get an item. So you draw from the bottom of the deck. The items have a non-upgraded and an upgraded side for each of them. So usually I just draw 1 item. This is, again, one of my deploy options. You do it after you finish putting out the enemy. But because I am Beauty, I'm going to draw 2 and keep 1. Now, these are mainly just going to be here for me to use my power, but let's see. Catapult. Roll all ready dice. You may apply any rolled hits to active enemies, returning the rest to your dice pool. It's really good. Just a normal apple. Place just a normal apple near the enemy deck. The next time a non-boss enemy with add another enemy would be activated, discard it instead along with this card. Wow, just straight up kills them. Those are both great, actually. I'm going to go with just a normal apple because that is a killer ability. It will defeat an enemy, one of the nastiest ones, the ones who bring out multiple enemies at once, immediately. That's pretty cool. All right, and yes, I'm going to deploy one more person, also to column D. Well, this is not great. And it's 3 goblins in a trench coat. When 3 goblins in a trench coat is defeated, activate a number of enemies equal to your lowest stat. And then I talk about all of the stats, but they're pretty basic 20 strong stuff. So he has 3 life. That 2 is his damage. And I gain 1 random item and upgrade it immediately, or he's worth 2 money. Now, because he's going on D, he immediately pushes the sandwich down. That's called displacement. Now, remember, the sandwich does not themselves have eclipse, so they're not going to flip this, but if the goblin moved, they would. And then the goblin had a little torch symbol called mob. It says after this enemy is activated, each other enemy on its path moves 1 location towards your hero. So the sandwich is now down here, which, hey, kind of actually works for me, because I can kill them a lot more easily without getting any extra range. So I'm going to stop deploying. Oh, but I do get another bonus. Should I get another item to be right close to using my Art of War? Sure. So I'm getting Tondo of Blood, like Rondo of Blood, the Castlevania game. When enemy would be activated to an occupied location, discard it instead. Or Stone Shoes. Defeat an active enemy with Goblin in its name. Well, that Goblin in the trench coat thing is not that dangerous. I'm going to keep Tondo of Blood. Okay, now we go into the strategy phase, and I get to pick where I start for free. But remember, I'd have to spend dice, and those dice can come from my ready supply, or they can come from the dice that I have rolled but haven't actually applied to somebody yet. So, like, misses can be used to move yourself around, also to add range. But I can hit the sandwich without adding any range, so let's make that happen. And how many should I roll? I need to do 7 damage, which is quite a lot. I've only got 2 rolls. So let's start out with 7 dice. And hopefully this will go well. Get my little rolling thing here. Okay, so that's 2, 4, 5. I think this will be fine. I just need to get 2 more hits. There we go. 3 more hits with the crit. So that is 8. By the way, if you haven't watched any others 20 strong videos before, I'm not going to explain how everything works, but yeah, that's a crit. It does 2 damage. That's a single hit. So I could split these up, but damage does not persist from round to round. But you can move and increase your range and all that at any time. So if I had enough extra damage to also kill the goblins in the trench coat, I could make that happen. Well, actually, I guess I might want to consider doing that. So I'm going to put 4... 5, 6, 7 damage on the sandwich. And they have a lightning bolt immediate effect. So I have to decide either to defeat them immediately, exhausting these dice, or keep them for their 3 gold. Other people that don't have lightning effects, they kind of hang out until the end of the round when you actually get their stuff. But here I'm definitely going to get +1 to my strategy. Like I said, it's the most important stat in this version of the game, especially because it's going to let me get another item. So now I can attack at range 3 or 4 with that goblin. And I also have a 3rd roll now, which is why I'm suddenly thinking I could defeat him. And then his activated number of enemies equal to your lowest stat wouldn't matter at all. So, I could spend this to get to 4 range, hit him with 1, but then all I've got left is greens and yellows. I don't know if I want to waste him. Nah, I'll let him stay alive. All right, so he just get exhausted, unfortunately. Okay, now I suffer damage and enemies take turns. The goblin just comes down. I exhaust my dice. I get to recover 3 dice. Get the 3 obvious ones. I gain item rewards. This is when I would get the gold from enemies and all of that. And you can spend your gold, by the way, during the activation phase, not during the engagement phase. And then finally, my day goes down by 1. So I have 12 more days and a lot of enemies to go. All right, going into round 2, the question is, what do I want to do here? Because I could deploy nobody and get 7 dice back for doing that. I'll get my regular recovery. I could still attack people that are already out, even though I'm not activating any more enemies, and I have enough range now to hit that guy. His bonus wouldn't go off. So I would basically go into round 3 with enough strategy to get my Art of War power, and with all my dice ready to go, and then I could really try to go crazy, I guess. Yeah, it seems better than killing the goblin and having a lot of bad stuff happen. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to activate nobody and immediately get 7 dice back. And again, I can hit him normally, because I've now got a strategy value of 3. And I got 3 rolls. I need to do 3 damage. Oh, notice these. I mean, that might even be overkill, but I don't know if I'll get a crit. So here we go. First roll. Oh, he's already dead. Great. You can immediately gain 1 random item and upgrade it, which is pretty nice, because upgrading an item costs me 3. But alternatively, he's 2 gold out of 5 to get my strategy up again, because holding more items lets me use Art of War more, which is busted and crazy. So, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to get the money. So I just put it off to the side here, and I can spend it during the activation phase, but I'm going to wait. Okay, then I recover my 3 dice back, so I have just the green and the yellow out there. And we tick down to day 11, but let's make this happen now. Now, before I activate anybody, I do want to use my just normal apple, because it'll just, again, take care of something annoying. Because those enemies that add +1 skull, they don't count as an extra deployment. So even if I put out 2 enemies, I'm only getting 1 deployment bonus. But I'll just make sure to activate at least 2 enemies this round to get the 3rd item I need to flip. All right, so first enemy. Oh, this worked out well. So Weevil D would have added another enemy. He would have activated the eye effect, Expose, which would make me take my damage to my stats instead of my health. But instead, he's just discarded, and so is my apple. Now, I think that still counts as an activation. I'm 90% sure. So let's go ahead and get an item. Elfish Impersonator. Shuffle any active enemy back into the enemy deck, then activate 1 enemy. Meh. Earthbound. When an adjacent enemy would damage you, ignore the damage. I mean, whatever. I'm just going to get rid of these. This doesn't matter very much. Okay, let's activate somebody else. It's a Midnight. So he's going to column C. This little foot ability is called Charge, which means in their column, they immediately go down here. Oh, God, which means he has 3 armor. No, thank you. I'm going to use my deployment bonus to change a night into a day. And I'll get my 3rd item later. Just to show you, when Midnight is defeated, if no crits are applied to him, shuffle him back into the enemy deck. And he's either worth 1 gold, or I can recover dice for gold currently in my cache. I mean, I think I'll just get the gold from him. All right, well, I need to activate somebody else to get my item bonus. Oh, it's a freaking boss, really? So they don't go into an area. They're just kind of off to the side. This is the captain. Each time a crit is applied to any enemy, you must either activate 1 enemy or exhaust 2 unapplied dice. And then when I defeat him, I can either discard the top card of the enemy deck, which just, makes me get closer to victory, or get 4 money. That's problematic. Well, anyway, I'm going to get an item for my bonus, which will flip me. I could get BFG. Immediately defeat an enemy that currently has a crit on red applied to it. Wow. Or Bean with Bacon. -1 life to increase the day counter by 1. That's pretty great, too. But let's get the BFG, which flips him an Art of War ability. Remember, I can discard 1 of my 3 items to take 2 exhausted dice, make them crits, and apply them to enemies. But I will flip back when I'm back down to 2 items. So at the moment, I can do it just once. Yeah, I kind of got to take out the captain, but he's at range 6, remember. Range 6. That's a lot. So I could exhaust my 3 yellows to get range to him. Although they sit over here by your character to remind you that you have range, so I don't think they count as exhausted for using her ability. And then I could I could just roll 7 dice or 8 dice, kill the captain, and then once he's gone, use my ability. So yeah, let's do my best 7 because I don't really want a crit. Okay, so this is my first roll. It's only 4 hits, but I'll apply them to the captain. So I don't want to trigger his ability. Let's add in the other 2 blues. My second roll. You butt, I don't want those crits. All right, so I'm applying that to the captain as well. That gets him to 5 out of 7. And my final roll. There we go. That worked out great. I'm going to put 2 of these on the captain. So his ability immediately stops applying. He is not going to punish me anymore. And I could discard the top card of the enemy deck, but now I'm going to get 4 money for sure. Then I've got these left, so I actually am ignoring the Midnight stuff, but I don't have quite enough left, so I'm going to trash my Earthbound, flipping back to my other side to get 2 free crits from here. I mean, it's way too much damage. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Well, actually, I could use this. Oh, this is an item, so that would get me to my 3rd item. It would flip me back over, but I could also use it to recover a lot of dice because I have 6 gold in my cache right now. I'm going to do that right now, actually. So I'll get as an item and use it to get, 6 dice back. I'm about to spend all that gold, so I want to use it now. Okay, and then I can get my regular recovery of 3 more. We're down to day 10, and I'm definitely going to spend my 6 money. I don't get any change for the 5 cost strategy improvement. Gets me to 4 strategy. Heck yeah. More items for me. All right, with that in mind, let's start getting some enemies out. Okay, so we got a Beast Hunter in A. He's going to activate the plus speed, which means everybody will move 2 whenever they move down. It's like Gaston, I guess. He's got 7 life, 6 attack, but it's reduced by 1 for your own health. So if you're a big boy, like if you already got 6 life, he literally can't hurt you. And he gives you an item that lets you hurt bosses, which is very nice. Always worth 1 money. And I'll get an item to flip back to Art of War. You choose a stat die and roll it, setting it to the new result. I'm pretty leveled up now, but that would have been cool. After an enemy is defeated, take all dice applied to that enemy and apply them to any other active enemies regardless of range. Whoa! I'll take that, even though, again, I might not use it. Okay, let's deploy again. We got just a regular goblin. He's going to bring out another enemy, which, remember, does not give me a bonus. And he's going to activate everybody else in his column, but he's going to column C, so that doesn't do anything. But before we get our bonus, we got to finish resolving his stuff. So it's a watchwoman. She's going to turn on the eyeball, which is the one that makes us take damage to our stats. And she's got Eclipse. She's going to D. And that was all 1 deployment from the goblin. But now I'm going to get an item. I don't get a pick this time. So I'm at my max. So should I go one more time? Sure, why not? So let's go. This one's going to B, so we got a little lucky with the placement. This is Memento Mori instead of Mori. He's going to charge straight down. He's also activating the faster movement. And each time a regular hit, not a crit, is applied to Memento Mori, if he is undefeated, -1 to any stat, which would be a lot scarier if I didn't have my discarding item ability. And he's going down here, and yeah, for my deployment bonus, I'm certainly going to flip that back over so he does not get the armor, because forget that. The armor values are different with the different cards, so you do randomize them each time, and I got 3, which I think is the worst. I think it was 1, 2, and 3 for 3 out of 4 of them, so I do not want. All right, so I now have 4 strategies, so I can hit everybody. I can use 2 items to do 4 damage automatically each time. That'll take out the Memento Mori and the Watchwoman pretty easily. So how much more do I need? 9 more damage? Okay. Well, let's count on some crits in my rolls, and we'll go for these dice. So roll number 1. I kind of only want crits right now. So there's 4 damage. Yeah, let's start just killing the Beast Hunter, I guess. So that was 1 roll. And sure, we'll go again. Oh my gosh. So they're dead. He's dead. I've got 2 more dice. So he does not have an immediate effect. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I'm totally cheating. I'm forgetting the rule about using dice to move. Okay, so I have killed him. We'll say this extra crit I might move to apply in a second. All right, they say when you defeat an enemy, move them to the Rose Garden, where you wait to process their defeat, but their dice are still held up, unless they have the lightning bolt, and then you resolve it immediately. Yeah, so I forgot all about moving. That's going to make things a little bit more annoying. Now, Beauty's ability doesn't specify whether it can go on only enemies in range. I'm going to assume it does, since that other thing, the pizza wheel, specifies, oh, wait, I should use a pizza wheel. What the heck am I doing? I'm not going to use my ability with that one. So I take all these dice applied to the Beast Hunter. And actually here, let's be smarter about it. I'll apply the other crit to finish him off, leaving the regular hit. And then I get to apply them to any number of other people. So there we go. You're both dead. And then I will move to the goblin. And I've got 2 rolls left. I guess I'll hit him with this. Okay, so 3rd roll. Oh, crud. All right, I guess I'll add another blue. And okay, that's fine. We'll just use one of my items. I didn't want to, but I also don't want to not kill him. So we'll go ahead and overkill him by quite a bit. And I can recover up to 2 yellow dice immediately. Or get 1 gold. I'll recover the 2. Well, now I'll get the 1 gold. And let's see, what else can I get? So they become an item that lets me change my path, or they're worth 1 gold. But it's also an item I can discard to use Arts of War, so I guess I'll keep her. He lets me, that's right, roll dice against the boss. Let's get the money. Oh, no, wait, he's an item too, so I'll get him as an item. And this guy is also an item. Roll all of your exhausted dice and apply all hits to the undefeated enemy with the highest hit point. The rest remain exhausted. Oh, man, that's great, because I have so many exhausted dice right now. All right, so forget the Watchwoman. I'll keep her as 1 money, and I'll get this guy's an item. I know I do get to recover 3 dice. I'm currently full on items and only have 2 money. It'll cost me 4 to raise my recovery and 5 to get my strategy up again. Oh, and these are not active anymore, and I'm down to 9 days. I do need to get going a bit more. So let's activate some enemies. I'm full up on items, so I'm just going to recover dice with this. Squib! Okay, when Squib activates, if there are any other enemies active, which there are not, place Squib on the closest occupied location to your hero. Okay, whatever. And Squib has +1 life for each miss on him, because you could have gotten dice from other people. But anyway, he's not anything to worry about, so that's A, and I'll get 2 dice back. Okay, next. Oh, we got another boss. Maybe I'll use the Beast Hunter's ability. Cauldron Chef. Each time you pay any amount of gold, Cauldron Chef deals you 1 damage. But he's only got 6 life. Now, the annoying thing is that he's activating the plus movement and the plus damage thing. And I'll get 2 more dice from him. Oh, I just realized, by using all these dice, I'm making the Memento Mori's ability worse. Well, whatever. Let's do one more. Swarm of Bats. When Swarm of Bats is activated, take all yellows currently in the exhausted area. No, set the misses and place them on Swarm of Bats. I've got all my yellows. For each miss on this card, Swarm of Bats has +1 life. What the heck? Yeah, that did not go my way. Uh-oh. All right, I guess I'll recover my last 2 dice from that. Let's see what we can do. I really need to, although I kind of need to activate more enemies. I don't have anything to gain from doing so, so I should wait. All right, so Squib's not worrying me at all. I can defeat him later. I do want to get rid of the Cauldron Chef. And I want to kill a Swarm of Bats, ideally with something like the BFG. If I can exhaust a bunch of dice, I can use Memento Mori. I just realized Beast Hunter's ability is really not that great because it's just ready dice. I could roll those anyway. All right, let's go for the boss. I'm going to add 2 to my range. And then I'll do, I don't know. He's got 6 life, but I'm also kind of half hoping I roll a crit on the BFG to like blow up the bats. And then I've got the Squib. Let's roll 6 to start. And I'm going to be in the column with the bats, so I can apply my hits to them or the bosses because they don't count as being in any columns. All right, roll 1 of 4. Not a crit on red. Okay. Yeah, I don't really need to keep any of those, do I? Roll 2 of 4. Okay, still no crits. I could just destroy the boss right now, though. You know what? I'll go ahead and do it. Why not? So I'm defeating him immediately, which could either flip 2 locations that are opposite sides or give me 3 money. Nope, we're getting 3 money. It's going to be enough to level up. Now that I've got 6 in the exhausted area, I'm going to use Memento Mori, roll all of them, and apply them to the healthiest dude, the bats. I want to get my yellows back. So this is not a roll. I still have my 3 and 4. The rest go exhausted, or stay exhausted. All right, so that's 5 damage out of 7. Which oddly means I only have 1 die in exhausted, so I'm not going to use my warrior ability yet. All right, but I need 2 more damage so for my 3rd roll. We'll go and roll this. Oh, great. There's some crits. All right, well, we'll stop there. I'm not going to worry about the Squib yet. So yeah, these don't go into miss yet either, I don't think. I think it's only in the getting item step. So Squib is going to move down 1. Now all these dice go away, and I get to recover 3. And yeah, this item is crud, so I'm definitely going to get the money. And that's it for day 9. We're in day 8. All right, and I've got a lot of money. I think I am going to spend 5 of it to raise my strategy up again. I want to get that as high as possible, and I got to use my ability more. And I'm not going to take an off day. I don't think I have the time to. But I do want to raise my recovery stat up at some point, too. And so, day 8, let's see how things go. We're starting off with another midnight in row A. So they just immediately run down here, and they have 3 armor. I say no, they don't, even though I really just want items more. Okay, next is another midnight in row C. Well, that one's fine. Oh, sorry, I didn't get my bonus. So for the first midnight, I'll get an item. It's a library card, don't really care. I'm just going to blast somebody with it. For the second midnight, I will also get an item. Moat piranhas, okay. So I'm now at maximum items, but I definitely need to activate at least 1 more enemy, I think. All right, so this one is a goblin. Oh, shoot. Well, this was unexpected. He's going to add an extra enemy, but he's also going to column A, which means he's going to activate everyone else in column A, which means I take 2 damage. The midnight is defeated immediately, but I'm down to 1 life. That's not great. And who's the goblin's friend? It's a watchwoman, also in column A. So, okay, well, at least I can focus on A a lot. It's a thing that makes me take damage differently, and she's going to flip locations if she moves over them. It's not going to happen. All right, and then I guess I'll get 2 dice back. Oh, yikes, sudden almost loss there. Okay, so I'm clearly going to start in this column, although I do need to deal with the midnight too. So let's see, I can use my power 3 times, which would get me 12 damage from the crits. So 4, 6, I can put 10, so I need 1 more on him, and then 11, 12, so I need like 4 more hits maybe. I got 5 rolls, so let's go for some luck here. Okay, 1, just 1 like a couple crits. 2, come on, and 3. Okay, there's 1. So I'll go ahead and apply that to, I don't know, the goblin. I'm going to get the money from him. And I guess I could just put 1 hit on the Squib. Then I need 1 for the midnight. So I just need one more hit, actually. So sure, we'll put that on the squib. Well, no, we might as well reroll that. Okay. Wait, do I have only one roll left? Well, whatever. I'm not going to miss again, am I? Okay. So I'm going to discard one item to get 2 crits on her. I'm going to discard another item to get 2 crits on them to finish them off. Then I'll discard a green from my ready area to move to where he is. Put that hit on him. And discard a last item and flip to get a lot of crits on him. All right, not bad. All right, and I think I'm taking money for all of them. If I suffer damage, I get to recover dice. Let's take the money. Change your path. I just want the money. And midnight. Ooh, recover 1 die for each gold currently in your cache. That one actually seems good. I'm going to discard that. I've got 6 gold, so I'm getting 3, 4, 5, 6, plus my regular recover stat. I don't think there's another. Actually, there might be more swarms of bats. You know what? Let's recover the yellows instead. And I am back on this side. Cool. All right, that round was a little touch and go. But I do kind of have to go at that pace to get through everybody with these shorter numbers of days. So how do I want to spend my 6 money? I could get 2 hearts back. I kind of hate to do it. But if I get another, unlucky charge followed by... Well, that's such a small chance. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get my last strategy for 5 of this, which means now even bosses are within my range no matter what. And I'm just going to spawn until I have my items full, 6 items, if we can survive that long, and try to kill everybody. So here we go. We've got a Molten Spirit. Stops me from recovering purple and red dice in D. And I'll get an item. I'm not even really going to pay attention. We'll get another Watch Woman in A. We'll get Weevil Dumb in B, and he's bringing somebody else out. A Vengeful Fairy in D, which is going to push this guy down. Vengeful Fairy can only have yellow crits applied to him. That'll be annoying. We're at 5 items now, by the way, for those keeping count. So let's go one more. To the Hunter. Each time another enemy is defeated, -1 life. So I want to hit him first. But that gets me maxed out in items. So I think we'll stop there. All right, and I'll certainly start in this column with more enemies. So that gets me to 4 uses of Art of War, which is, 16 damage. So not quite enough to kill everybody. All right, so I'm going to start off with 3 dice for my first roll. And remember, I'm in this column. Ooh, that was an awesome roll. So I'm going to apply all of those to the Hunter. And oh, wait, I forgot I wanted to roll a yellow. I'm going to roll 2 yellow dice as well. This is my second roll now. Okay, I'm going to roll them for my third roll. I'm doing this for a reason. Okay, so I'm going to apply 1 hit to the to the Hunter again. So I have 3 rolls left. I'm going to go in and trash an item to get 2 crits going out. So I'm going to put 1 on him to finish him off and 1 to start hurting the Molten Spirit. He's a lightning bolt, which immediately puts his dice in the exhausted pile, which is the important part. I can gain 1 random item and upgrade it. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, because I can just keep on doing my special attacks. So yeah, actually, I'm going to do that. And hey, it's my first upgraded one, so maybe it'll be good. While the day counter is at 5 or less, you may recover up to 2 additional dice during your recover dice step. Well, hey, I'll definitely hang on to that in favor of other items. Okay, but now I'm going to trash another item. Remember, I still have 3 rolls left to get the required yellow on him. So he's dead. And another crit on him to almost finish him off. Okay, now my 4th roll, I think I do need a few more dice, so I've added Oh, well, that's fine. I'll apply it to him, so he's dead. I'm going to discard the yellow to move. And I'll go to the watch here. I'll just put myself here to show where I am. The Watch Woman spot. I will trash an item to do enough damage to kill her. And then I'll exhaust this one to move over here. And I'll trash another item to do 4 damage to him. Now, I could trash another item or try to use 2 dice. I guess it's kind of equivalent since I recover 2 dice each time that I spawn another monster. So sure, let's trash an item and overkill him. Done. All right, let's see. Vengeful Fairy makes hits on yellows, deal 2 damage. Meh, I want the 3 money. Recover 1 die for each location on its nighttime side. That would not be useful. Ooh, +1 to any stat. I should have done this immediately. Yeah, let's raise up our recovery. That's the equivalent of 4 money. And then she's a change your path item. But I think I can get items consistently enough. I'll get a money from her too. Okay, then I'm recovering 4 dice. And I've got 6 money. Let's spend 4 of it to raise my recovery up to 5. So I probably should deal with my health at some point, but we're okay. All right, here we go. We're in day 6. Start doing the same stuff. Spellcaster is a bunch of these. In the suffer damage step, Spellcaster deals damage to you after moving regardless of his current location. So he'll just blast you over and over, but he'll also be dead. That's going to A, and I get an item. Okay, and another Spellcaster is going to C, my 4th item. And another Goblin Mob. They're going to B, and they would have activated everybody in their column, but there's nobody. That's my 5th item. And let's do one more. Okay, it's a Goblin. Oh, so first they're pushing the Spellcaster. Or no, I guess the plus... Well, yeah, they displace him. Then they're going to spawn another person who's going to be Vortex Mirror. Oh no, it's +1 life for each item in my inventory. I guess I better kill them last. Oh, when I defeat them, I have to discard 2 items? Oh, but then I can gain 2 random items, so who cares? Yeah, so that guy gets placed, then he pushes everybody in his column 1 down. That gets me to 6 items, and I think I'm going fast enough. Yeah, I've got 5 days left after this, so if I can fight like 3 to 4 guys each time, I should be fine. Oh my gosh! Goblin Mob is so strong. What the heck? Now I kind of wish I had that item that automatically killed goblins. Ooh, I got the pizza wheel back. I'm not even paying attention to my items, but this is an amazing one. So let's kill the Goblin Mob and then use this, right? Because that's like 9 free hits. Definitely better than my regular ability. So I'll start in this column. Ooh, the Candelabra Cadabra is awesome too. Look, choose any active enemy. Roll any yellow until you get a crit. From any area, it goes back to the same area. Deal the chosen enemy damage equal to the number of times you rolled the die if the damage would defeat the enemy. Oh, so I'd have to get 9 in a row. And it's a 1/6 chance. Nah, never mind. I'll trash that to get 2 crits on the Goblin Mob. So that's 4 damage. I'll trash the Catapult to do another 8. Now, I guess I'll use my first actual roll. Just rolling a red and a purple. Okay, so I'll finish him off. And I'm going to use my pizza wheel. And I get to put these on anybody. So let's, I don't want to go to other columns. So let's do 4 there. 4 there. And this goblin's going to have 1 left. All right, these ones I have to wait for. But the goblin will let me recover 2 yellows, which I don't have in my exhausted pool, so I'll just get his money. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? I didn't actually kill him yet. Shoot, the Goblin Mob is still around, though. I guess I got to bring in more dice. All right, so let's see. Doop, there's my second roll. Okay, there's a crit. Kind of looking for only crits right now. Third roll. No. 4th roll. Yeah, there we go. So that's 6. We can make it 7. Oh, wait, I didn't notice that he's got a whatchamacallit symbol. So he should have flipped this when he was moved on to it, which means he has 2 more life. What the heck? So where am I at? I'm at 7. Okay, so whatever. We'll just use our last item thing to get him to 11. And I think I got like 1 roll left, so I'm going to discard that to move to the Gobbo that's hurt. I'm getting this guy's money, by the way, because otherwise he would go back into the battlefield. Okay, and then I'll try to hit the goblin. Okay, so he's dead. Get him for money as well. So the Vortex Mirror is still around. We'll deal with them next time, because they're kind of extra annoying. Ooh, actually, the BFG I have, if I use my ability to put a red straight on the Vortex Mirror, I can then instantly kill it. That's great. But yeah, so they're moving down 1. Oh, onto that. That's annoying. What do the spellcasters give me? You have an unlimited range for the remainder of the round. Nope, I don't need that item. Well... yeah, I'll get both of them as items to let me kill more guys. Okay, I'm recovering 5 dice, but specifically not getting the red to use that BFG idea. And we're down to day 5, which means I'll get more recovered dice in the next recovery phase. All right, first, I can spend some money. I've got 5. Yeah, so let's spend 4 of it to go to max recovery. And then I will boost my health next time I get some money. I promise. All right, I've already got 4 items. Also already got a stupid mirror, though. So, see what happens. First spawn. Oh, it's another boss, the Scout. You can only apply dice to the Scout if he's the only undefeated enemy active. That's annoying. I mean, all he's doing is doing these plus speed things, so if I kill everybody, it won't matter. Gets me to 5 items. And then we're doing Platypus in Boots. Okay, he's going here. He's activating more things. He's bringing out another enemy that I don't benefit from. Oh, and it's on B. It's Flednag the Beige. So like Radagast the Brown. Each time he moves, activate the highest value gold card from your cache as an enemy on a path of your choice. That is terrible. Gets me to 6 items. Can I pause here? Can I afford to? Yeah, man, I really don't. Because there's a lot of guys left still. But I feel like this is kind of a crisis. So I think I am going to stop here, even though I only added 3 new enemies. If I can add like 4 of the remaining rounds, I should be okay. All right, so I'm clearly going to start here because everyone's here. They made it easy for me. And I'm going to ditch a spellcaster to put the red crit on them to use the BFG since they still have like a billion life. And I can't put dice on the scouts yet, so we'll put something on Flednag. Okay, then I'm going to use the BFG to immediately defeat an enemy that has a red crit on it. And when he's defeated, I have to discard 2 items, then I get to gain 2 items. And I'll discard my boring stuff. Keep my waning rose, that actually helps me. And then I gain 2 items, so I'm back to 4, so I can use my power twice. And let's go ahead and do that, I guess. Oh, that's right, I can't put it on the boss yet. So that would be 4 and 4, so Flednag's dead. And I need 8 more damage, but I can't use my power anymore. Well, you know what I do have, though? A lot of dice to roll. So let's do 6 and hope for some crits. I'm going to recover a lot, so that'll be okay. Okay, that's 1. Oh, I don't need a crit yet. So here, we'll put this blue on him to finish him off. I immediately gain 1 heart or a random enemy. I'll gain 1 heart. Oh, I can get an item, though. Well, no, I'm already rolling the dice, so whatever. Okay, and then I can finally apply this crit to the scout. Okay, that was, what, my first roll, second roll, third roll? Well, I at least have some rolls left. We'll call this 3. Okay, we're 1 away. This is 4, and that's enough. Boom, you're dead. You pay 1 gold to look at the top card of the enemy deck. Nope, I'll get 2 money. And then what's Flednag getting me? Each time you defeat an enemy named Spellcaster, gain 1 random item. I just don't know how many of those are left, so I think I'll get money from him too. And I used up a crud ton of dice, but I'm getting 8 of them back, thanks to my new 6 recovery stat and my waning rose. So that should help some. Then I'm going to spend 3 money to get my life to 3 to avert unexpected craziness. But I'm down to day 4. I only have 2 items. Here we go. Crawling vines. Oh, you can't put crits on them. And they're charging in row D, the only row where I still have a night thing. I will flip it. Those guys are like annoying in lots of ways. Okay, number 2. Oh, wait, sorry. I flipped it. That was my bonus. Number 2 is a spellcaster. Maybe I should have taken that dumb thing. And they're going in row B. That's fine. And I'll get an item. Okay, let's keep going. Another watchwoman on row C. I'm going to be wasting dice moving around, but I'll get an item. Oh, here's those stone shoes that defeat an enemy with goblin in its name. I wish that goblin horde was back. I can still hold 2 more items, so let's go at least a few more times. What the? Mechricon. Dice are applied to Mechricon in groups of 2 or more and can only be applied if at least one of the dice is a yellow. Okay, I guess that's all right. And he's, okay, also in row C. Oh, shoot, which means that this flips and she's got 2 armor. Darn it. But I get a 5th item. Oh, just a normal apple. That one was good. In fact, it might be good enough that I should use it. Yeah, there's a weird collection of enemies because like my usual stuff doesn't work that well. All right, let's try one more enemy. Another spellcaster in B. Oh man, I was going to flip her nighttime thing. I'll flip his instead because he's more dangerous. Oh no, she's the one who actually flipped stuff. Oh, so it would have flipped anyway. All right, but that's enough. And I'm actually going to start over here, I think. I'm going to roll 6 dice and I don't want crits. Okay, there we go. 5 damage. He's dead. I'll discard a yellow to move over to here, I guess. Oh, the crawling vines let me draw 3 items and choose one to keep and discard the rest. I'm definitely going to do that. Ooh, I got the pizza wheel again, although it's not as good right now, but I'll grab it. All right, I've still got a 2 or a crit red to apply. I'll put it on her because he has to have dice applied in pairs. At least one needs to be a yellow. So let's discard an item. I've got 6 right now to put 2 dice on him, I guess. So he's at 4. Oh, then I'm going to have to waste it, aren't I? Well, whatever. I'm going to do it anyway. I'll discard an item to do 8 damage to him. Oh, but I can use the pizza wheel immediately to put the 8 elsewhere, right? And not have to move. And actually, with that, I'm going to put just a normal apple on the deck to kill the next plus monster guy that shows up. And I'll roll 2 of my last 3 dice. No, I'll just roll 1 of my last 3 dice to actually attack her. Okay, and I got a crit, which is what I needed. Awesome. Oh, and he gains me a random item? Sure. I'll get them as items, I guess. Yeah, I can get all of them as items, sure. Or no, let me take a couple as money, because I can get items so easily. Then I get to recover 8. Gotta love it. But I'm at day 3. But I got the just normal apple. Hopefully that will trigger for somebody. All right, and I've got 4 items ready to go. I've got some dice, although not a lot. I think I might have seen every enemy. Let's see. Okay, Steve is the funniest card in the game. Steve at Co-op Guild, thinking of you. This is going on C, and I got a 5th item. Okay, and oh, Ravenous Dwarf has a plus thing, so he's immediately dead. I love it. Eat my apple. Oh, he was ravenous. That's even more thematically appropriate. Okay, the Rave Troll, what the frick is going on D and bringing out 2 more dudes? A torchbearer on C, who's also bringing out another dude. So I got 2 more dudes to add. Dreamweaver. Oh, she sucks. I forgot about her. She's also going on C. And one more. Walter White is going on D. Okay, well, this is talking about a crisis. I've actually only got 3 cards left, so I'm not going to spawn anymore. But I will get... I guess I'll get my 6th item, or should I flip the stupid thing here? Yeah, I don't want to deal with armor. Let's do that. All right, so 3 of these guys are really weird. Let's show you. All right, Torchbearer says at the end of each applied dice step, if Torchbearer has dice on him but is not defeated, you have to place him on top of the enemy deck, so you have to kill him in 1 die roll. Dreamweaver, because my strategy is 4 to 6, she flips over the movement thing. But the big thing is her health is equal to the sum of my stats, which are high. They are 15 right now. Which almost makes me want to leave her alive and just let her hit me for 2 damage, because I wouldn't really care. Okay, the Rave Troll. You may discard items to deal 5 damage to Rave Troll for each item discarded. So it's kind of like you just use my power. And he's got freaking 20 life. And Walter White, the first time each round that a die would be applied to Walter White, exhaust the applied die, then place him on another unoccupied location at his current range if possible. So he just teleports to another thing, and then you got to chase him down again. Yeah, a bit annoying. I mean, again, I could just tank some damage and let Dreamweaver move people towards me more quickly. Because I've got 2 more rounds, so at double move, they will get through. So let's go and roll some dice. See what happens. Okay, it's not too bad. Let's do one of those on Steve, and then trash an item, do the other ones. And then, what the hey, let's just go ahead and kill the Torchbearer, so he is... Oh, wait, that's not enough, is it? Yeah, we'll add 1 more. So that's 5, or no. How much is that? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I can immediately gain 2 random items? Oh, that changes everything. Oh, wow, I got the bean with bacon. I could use it to take a damage and increase the day counter. I think I'm fine. Again, there's only 3 enemies left. And I just got a big influx of items to use. I'm not sure if I need to be in the Cave Troll or the Rave Trolls column, but sure, let's say I do. And then I'll go ahead and trash 4 items to just kill him immediately. Oh my god. When you would gain a reward from defeating an enemy, ignore its printed reward and gain 1 random item instead. So infinite use of my power? Yeah, I'll take that. But I'm going to leave these dudes alive. Steve has to become money. But then these 2 are coming down very close. Oh, and I'm getting a lot of dice back. I'm grabbing all the yellows because I remembered about bats. All right, takes us to day 2. Yeah, I've got 3 more enemies to bring out. And we've got 4 money. Let's spend 3 of it just to go up to 4 health. Because again, I can just tank some hits from these annoying people. I mean, yeah, we don't have to wait. So let's go ahead and flip some people over. Oh, it's a Gabo. He's going on B. He brings another person out who is a vampire nesting doll going on C and jumping straight ahead. That gets me to a 4th item. And then the very last enemy goes in whatever path I want. And it's a midnight. So I'll put him in the same path as the goblin. Okay, so I can tank 3 damage from them. So yeah, I mean, this could be the easiest thing ever, right? Oh, I would have to activate a new enemy on the vampire nesting doll's location when he's killed. Unfortunately, he'll be dead. So yeah, I can, here, I'll use my power to do 4 damage to him. And instead of getting his bonus, I will get a new item. Rave Troll, gonna let me kill everybody. So yeah, clearly I can do that again for the goblin. By discarding another item, I get an item back. And that'll let me finish off the midnight. Oh, I guess I would have to move. But yeah, I mean, you get it. I've definitely won. Although it did get down to day 2, so maybe on a slightly higher difficulty. That was on 7. So with 8, I would have had 12 days. And nothing else would have been different. So I think I would have still won there. With 9, I would have had 11 days, and I would have had to flip all locations in 1 path to their night side. So like an entire thing like that. And with 10, I would have had 10 days, remove the 4 path cards at range 3. So they start out here and they charge a little faster, although they're closer to you, so I don't know if that's all bad. And maybe I'm using Arts of War wrong, because clearly it's kind of busted. But what do I think of this one? It's a bit middling. I think there are interesting choices. I think the enemies are quite cool. Manny Tremblay's art is awesome. And they did a good job of including enemies that are kind of like oh crap enemies that you have to immediately deal with. So you kind of have an ebb and flow, a give and take of danger and not danger. And the choice of when you can activate nobody to get 7 dice back, especially if you're playing on a lower difficulty where you have more days to kind of burn. I think that's really neat. The items can be cool. Clearly, Beauty is not the one to show them off, but there are some fun, cool abilities on the back here. Many of them are like ongoing abilities. You just don't get to see them when she is bombing everybody with her item usage. So I think all that is cool. The whole range thing is fine. I mean, I pretty much always get strategy up really quickly no matter what character I am, so it doesn't matter very much pretty quickly. Moving from column to column by discarding dice is fine. It's kind of like annoying, but I mean, it is an interesting choice in terms of resource management. I do like that this is one of the 20 strongs that prioritizes strategy, maybe the most of the series. Because since you can recover 2 extra dice every time you activate an enemy, which is something you'll often be doing if you aren't playing as Beauty and just burning through items, your recovery stat is way less important, and clearly with the range and such, your strategy is incredibly important. But the game just feels like it goes long. If you're not playing on the right difficulty, it can really feel like drudgery. Like when I was playing Beauty before on lower difficulty, where I had more time, I was just destroying everybody like nobody's business. And this enemy deck is just pretty thick, so it takes a while to go through. This is a much longer 20-strong play than most of them, as you can tell watching the video. Also, the characters are just weird. So Beauty, as you saw, is incredibly overpowered unless I'm cheating with her. The Beast is the worst, or one of the worst characters I've ever seen in the game. Look how terrible his stats are, especially for this thing. If he rolls 4 misses on yellows, he can push an enemy back. That's his entire front side power. If there's 6 or more active enemies at the same time, which you usually don't want there to be, he flips. And then he seems really good because his yellow hits deal 3 damage instead of 1. Heck yeah. But while he's on this side, all of those banners are automatically activated, which means those 6+ enemies are moving twice as fast, are dealing more damage to you. And you can only flip back when one of your stats, which are already super low, are reduced. So he's like terrible. One of the worst characters I've seen. The mermaid's fine. The genie's pretty fun. The blue fairy's fun. But it's just weird that like 2 out of the 5 characters seem busted in one direction or another. Like, I don't know if enough development went into these character designs. I mean, once you know that they're too strong or too weak, you can adjust the difficulty to match. But like for the Beast, you'd have to give yourself more days and make an already long 20-strong experience take longer. So I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering where would this fall in my 20-strong ranking that I did recently. And honestly, I think it would be near the bottom. Like, it's fine, it's interesting to play a few times, but I just don't like the game length. I don't think the characters are as interesting. And yeah, it just doesn't kind of make for a rewarding experience when I could be playing something that's a bit more interesting. So I am very curious when I get to play 20-strong Cloudspire to see how this take on tower defense compares to that one. I love Cloudspire, the board game. That should give it a leg up, but we shall see. So thanks for watching, everybody, and a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. William F., Steve Wren, Pedro Lucas, Miles, KCW, Andrew R., and Chris C. We'll see you at the next stop.